San Antonio, welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We are also live streaming this on Facebook right now, so if you want to go to Facebook and just look at Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware, you will see me talking to you. You also can see all the products that I'm going to be talking about. But if you're listening to the radio and you want to come by the store while I'm talking, the address is 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. And then if you don't live in San Antonio, but you can hear my voice, and you're very interested in some of the products I'm going to be talking about, you can always go to our website, which is happyhandyman.com. And out there you'll see almost 70% of what is in the store out on our website. And if you can't find it, then just call the store and I can always ship to you. We have a great freight rate in the state of Texas. Anything that you buy that is over $20, no matter how big, is $6 to ship. If it's under $20, it's $8.35 to ship, and we try to get things out pretty quick. So that's what you can do here. All right, I'm sorry, I got distracted because we have some events coming up, and I wanted to tell you about them. So it's March. I can't believe it's March. I feel like we should still have 2 more days left in February, but we don't. It's already March, and so this month, starting next week, we're going to have some events that are going to run for 2 weeks. The first one is called a Spring Extravaganza Fill the Bucket. And we'll give you a bucket, which is a 10-quart bucket. They're super nice. Have a great handle on them. They're real heavy duty. Got a pour spout on them. And anything that you can put inside that bucket will be 35% off. And so that means cleaning stuff. So if you like going to aisle 19, which is, we call it the Johnny aisle, but mainly it's all this cleaning, all the cleaning supplies that we have. A lot of it came, the name the Johnny aisle came because whenever Dad and I would go to the National Hardware Show or the Do It Best show, or back when we were members of ACE, we go to the ACE show, we would find these products that you couldn't find other places, especially when we go to the National Hardware Show. And we bring it back into the store and talk about it, and people go, where did you find this? Well, we found it at the National Hardware Show. And this year is the first year in 3 years that I have been able to get to go to the National Hardware Show, because most of the time the National Hardware Show and the Do It Best show would overlap, and I have to go to the Do It Best show. But this year I get to go to both of them. The National Hardware Show is in Las Vegas, and then I'm going to fly directly then to Orlando, Florida to go to the Do It Best show. And this Do It Best show, I mean, if y'all have heard, True Value was bought by Do It Best. So that does quite a few great things. For the True Value people, it gave them a place to buy. And for both of us, it gives us much more buying power. And when you have more buying power, then you get better pricing, and better pricing that you can pass on to your customers. I am super stoked about this new thing with Do It Best. Do It Best, I know I'm talking way too long about this, but I want you to know who we buy from. We buy from Do It Best. It is our warehouse that we buy from. Just like in San Antonio, when you go to Costco, it's the warehouse that you can buy from, and you get better pricing because you buy it in bulk. Okay, so our warehouse is Do It Best. And they have always been a very conservative group, which I like. They don't do national advertising. That is my responsibility as an owner to do my own advertising. And then when they bought True Value, that made us the biggest buyer in the world. So I'm super stoked about that. So let's get down to business. Let me tell you about a new project that I want you to try. You know, earlier I was talking about that there's a website. Out on the website, which you just go to happyhandyman.com, the very first thing you will see is a little icon up there that says read Trudy's latest article. And this website was mainly made for the people in Houston because the Chronicle picked up the article that we were making in San Antonio and took it to Houston. So that was a really great thing for us. And so out there every week on that website is the article that I send into the Chronicle, and you can go out there and look at it yourself. And so this year I decided I was going to do a new project, so 12 projects for the year, starting with very easy and then hopefully getting up to a little more complicated, so you feel really secure about doing things around your house yourself, you know? So remember, everything is easy if you know how to do it and you have the right product. And I'm here to show you both of them. So the third project, the March project that I wrote about, it's on the article I want to tell you about here in San Antonio. So let me tell you a little bit how this happened. My mom came in one day. My mom has started working for the store before I started working for the store. I've been working for the store for 45 years. So she was working before I was. And she came to me one day, and because Mom still comes to work every day, and she says her job is to make sure I'm doing my job, which is probably smart on her part. Okay, so she comes to me and she says, there's something wrong with my leather chairs. I said, there's something wrong with your leather chairs? You mean the leather chairs that were Dad's chairs that were in his office? She goes, yeah. And I said, what happened? She says, well, just come look. I always know right then, right there when she says, well, just come look, that means she's done something that she knows I'm going to like. Why? So I go in there, and the back of her chairs, the leather chairs that were beautiful deep maroon, have a white haze all over them. And I was like, well, what happened? And then I looked on her desk, and she had a bottle of Windex and a rag on her desk. And I went, Mom, did you use the Windex on the back of those chairs? Yes. Okay. She says, well, can you fix them? I hope so. Okay, so that is the lead up to what I'm about to tell you about. A few years ago, I had Howard's, and Howard's is well known for all their woodworking. They do feed and wax. They do restore a finish. I mean, everyone uses restore a finish. I mean, if you look on HGTV, if they're doing any kind of restoring on antiques or anything like that, they may not show the name, but I'm telling you, they blocked it out, but you can tell it's a can of Howard's Restore Finish because it's the most amazing product you have ever seen. It's the only product that I know of to this day that will go and take care of the finish below the varnish. So if you have a white ring on it, if you have some discoloration because maybe you have it partly in the sun and got sun bleached, if you have some minor scratches, it will go down below the finish and color the wood underneath. So in lies the reason they called restore a finish. Okay. So mainly when I think of Howard's, I think of wood because they have everything from butcher block and, like I said, to restore a finish, fine wood cleaner, the list goes on. If it's wood, it's Howard's. And so they pitched to me that they had a leather cleaner and a leather salve. And I thought, that just doesn't sound like that's what y'all are supposed to be talking about. And so, but they sent it to me, and so I wanted to try it. And so I tried it on my leather seats in my car, and whoa, did it make a lot of sense, because I don't have any leather furniture at home. I don't have any leather chairs or leather sofa or leather anything really. but I do have leather seats in my car, and I cleaned them and I used the leather salve on them, and it was amazing. But if you'd seen the back of these maroon chairs that Mom had used Windex on, you'd have thought, maybe not. And so the first thing I did, and this is the first thing that you can do, if you have some leather furniture and it's dirty, either like a recliner where someone always puts their head and the oils in their hair and stuff like that, leave a white mark on, and it's a buildup of that on the chair, and then wherever they put their arms and stuff like that, just your body oil will leave a mark. Well, the best way to get it off is called Howard's Leather Cleaner. It's a very heavy-bodied cleaner, and but it will go through all that body oil and stuff like that and completely clean it. Well, even though I kind of felt like those chairs were probably squeaky clean because Mom had used Windex on them, I tried the leather cleaner first, and it made a huge difference in the back of the chairs. You can use this leather cleaner on automotive, like I told you, the inside. You can use it on saddles, furniture, apparel. I used it on a leather coat. I have a leather coat that, well, I did have something leather. I have a leather coat that is very old, but it fits me so well. But in some areas, it's, you know, it's old. And so I use the leather cleaner on it. And so I use the leather cleaner on the back of the chairs, and then I put the leather salve on. Okay, leather salve is a very heavy-bodied wax. Those of you that are watching on Facebook, you can see this. It's a real kind. It looks real yellowy. It looks like, you really want to put that on your chair? Yes, and it smells good. And the minute I put it on the chair looked 110% better. And so you want to put leather salve on the leather, and you wipe it on. You let it sit for about 45 minutes or so, and then you buff it out. And it will restore the leather. It will bring back the color. It covers up any surface scratches. It's just an amazing product. And it, they say, rejuvenate, restores, revives. And it's a penetrating conditioner, and you can use it on anything that's leather. So if you don't have a leather sofa, or you don't have leather office chairs, you can use it on your boots, your bags, your shoes, okay, gloves. I use it in my car because, like right now, it's been so wet and stuff, and Max jumps in and out of the car and he gets the back seat really dirty. Well, I use that leather cleaner on it, and it does an excellent job. So if you want to do a project this month and start out easy, this is a great project. Pick any of your leather furniture, your leather coat, anything leather. Clean it first with a leather cleaner, and then protect it with leather salve. Okay, let me tell you, if you just tuned in and you're thinking, what am I listening to? You're listening to the Happy Handyman show. We do a live radio show from the Johnny Chuck's Home and Hardware right here on Northwest Military Highway, 2361 Northwest Military Highway. If you want to call the store, the number is 210-341-1573. You know what you need to do right now for your yard is you need to put out a pre-emergence. We really don't have but maybe another week that you can do this. And what I want to recommend is any pre-emergence that has dimension in it. I had a lady that came in yesterday, and she asked me for something, I think it was called Lasco, and I said, I do not have that. Can I see what it looks like? And right there on the front of it, it says, has dimension. So dimension is a product that is an excellent pre-emergence. It gets rid of like all your grassy kind of weeds, which includes sticker burrs. So if you have a lot of property maybe, and in certain areas you don't have a carpet grass that will keep out all that other real spiky kind of weeds, then this is a great product. We carry the one, and it's made by High Yield, and it's just real heavy. It's hard for me to hold up. And it's called Weed and Grass Stopper, but it's made by High Yield, and it says contains dimension, and that's what you want. So, hey Cindy, Cindy's watching on Facebook right now, and it's really good to see you. And yes, my day's going great. I love the sunshine that we're having. And you need to, if you don't do anything for your grass, I mean anything. I have so many people call and they say, I want to get a winterizer. Down here, we don't need a winterizer. We don't have such drastic weather. I know you kind of get inundated with it on TV and stuff like that. But if you talk with any nurseries and some of the guys that are on the radio before I am, they'll tell you, you don't need a winterizer. What you do need is you need a compost, okay? A compost is what you want to do down and put down. And let me tell you what it does for you. It will add nutrients to the soil. It improves the soil structure, okay? And when you do that, then it helps it hang on to moisture. And so when we start getting into warmer weather and your grass starts looking really like it's had a hard life, okay, if you will put on compost right now, then that will help change the soil structure so it can hang on to the water, so that when you do water, it helps your grass so much. And it supports soil microbes, which are very important. So the microbes are really the backbone of the soil, and it helps it, like I said, hold moisture. Now, we have this product that I am just super excited about. If you can get excited about mulch. Okay, we have a new mulch. We always carry a mulch from Do It Best, and it's a fine mulch. It runs about $9 a bag. It's a cypress mulch, but sometimes it's got big pieces in it, like half the size of your hand and stuff like that. And in all honesty, it just helps make your beds look cleaner and stuff like that. But we have this new one that is called, I think it's called Walker's. I thought I wrote it down. Anyway, not only is it a mulch, it is a compost and a mulch. And it's $2 cheaper than the other one. We get it from Adams here in town, which I don't think they call it Adams anymore. They call it Site One. They got bought out by a big company, but they make this, and it is, I've had my employees all buy it because it's cheaper, and so they want a cheaper price, and they have all raved about it. But the cool part about it is it's got compost in it. So when you put it around your trees, you're helping your trees. The only thing that you need to remember when you put it out is that you want to wait about 48 hours before you water, okay? All right, so I did talk about that. Okay, Jill's so sweet. She brings me all this stuff to help me. Do you know, okay, little known fact, that at this store, we carry igloo parts. So if your igloo cooler, if you have an igloo cooler and you hung on to it, and I have to tell you, they're so much lighter than all these other named coolers that are very popular. Those things weigh a ton, but an igloo cooler does a great job. And so if you want to hang on to it, we have drain plugs, and we have hinges. And there's not much more that can go wrong with an Igloo cooler except for the handles. And so if you have an Igloo cooler and you need some replacement parts, we have them here. They're on aisle 3 if you want to take a look at that. All right, so I talked to you about the dimension. Okay, oh, I want to tell you about something new that we have in the gift shop. And it's more of a hardware thing than it is anything. Okay, this is a little carabiner clip that can hold your key rings, or, okay, since it's in the gift shop, of course it can hook onto your purse. We have them in 4 different colors, one of them being black, so if you wanted to get one like for your dad or for your boyfriend, they would be okay with black. They might not be okay with green or with pink or with rose gold, but black they would be okay with. And what it's called, super bright mini light. And what it is, it has a carabiner on one end, and when you pull the carabiner out, there's a little mini light that is super bright. I'm not going to show it on Facebook, except you can see it on my hand. And then when you put that back on, it turns the light off. So you could put your keys on it, you could just clip it to your purse, and especially if you had those kind of locks where you press in a code, you could at least be able to see it if your light goes out, or just in general. It's a great price. I mean, I know it's under $8, and it's great color. It's a great little gift, okay? Who doesn't like a good gift? All right, so the other day, a lady came in, and she was looking for tiki torches. Let me see how much time I have. Okay, plenty of time. And she says, I don't want those tiki torches that are made out of the bamboo. She says, that bamboo starts to rot, and then they just look bad. I want a nice tiki torch. And I said, I can help you with that. So we've got 3 different styles of tiki torches. And yes, these are just like the little tiki torches that you see around people's pool or in the backyard, and they have a flame. Well, and Tiki they make a great product. They're a quality product. I'm buying 2 for myself. The first style I have kind of looks like a wrought iron, and this one is a great price. There's 2 of them that come in together in the packaging, and for like $26. So you get 2 for $26. Well, the bamboo, so there's 13 a piece. And they have a 6-foot metal pole that you can push in with your foot so they don't fall apart like the bamboo does. Okay, if you hear a dog in the background, you're not losing your mind. There really is a dog here, and he evidently doesn't like the hardware store. Can you imagine that? All right, and so that one's a really good price, because just the regular bamboo ones, they're $10 a piece, and they just last for a season. Okay, this one is going to last you for many years. And then we have some that have, and there's 2 in there, like I said. And you can put it's got 3 different sizes. There is you can just put it out on the table. There's a 49-inch and a 64-inch. So it's super nice. I think the price is amazing. All right, and then I have 2 glass ones, and there is an amber colored one. These are a little bit more expensive. They're really beautiful, but for a nice gift that you could give somebody. And these come in 2 different sizes. You can put it at a 54 or a 69-inch. And then also there's another one that's kind of like that first one I showed you, only it's glass also, okay? These run about $28. You can do it tabletop, you can do it a 53 and a 68-inch. Now, hi Debbie, how you doing? How long do they last? Okay, you need to, that's not the question you were asking. Okay, so people are asking me on Facebook, how long do they last? Okay, they do not come with the torch fuel. Okay, you'll need to buy that separately, but Tiki makes a what they call bite fighter, and it's citronella and cedar, so it is a natural repellent, and you don't have to worry about like super bad smells and stuff like that. But you just fill them with your Tiki fuel and light them. They're not only beautiful, but they'll keep you from getting mosquito bit, which you know is right around the corner. I mean, we go from having to wear sweaters and snow, and in 30 days, we're going to be complaining about that it's hot and we have mosquitoes. Welcome to South Texas, right? Okay, now, a couple of more things that I just wanted to show you real quick before we close. All right, how many of you have some areas in the backyard or maybe out on the back patio? You don't have electricity, you don't want to call an electrician, but you need some light. Well, let me show you two different ones that are super easy to use. This one is a solar wall light. This has 1,000 lumens, 1,000 lumens, and you can install it yourself. There's one a little bit bigger, a little bit prettier, a little bit nicer looking. You can install it on the fence, on the gate, wherever. Come into the store and I'll show you where they are. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. And that's it for this week. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects you need to get started on. But by all means, you remember one thing, it will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.